Good morning, everyone. It's good to be with you in worship, and I welcome you to our children's time. So I wonder, are any of you fans of magic? Any folks out there, maybe even amateur magicians? Raise your hand if you are. But I read an article this week that talked about the 100th anniversary of an old magic trick. And it's the trick where they put somebody in a box and saw them in half, right? And that trick is 100 years old this year. It was first done in 1921, and the article was great. It talked about how different magicians have taken different takes on it and have done it a little bit differently. But what I was really hoping by the end of the article is I would figure out, how did they do that? But the article didn't reveal one single secret about that magic trick, which I think is kind of fun. But it reminds me that, there are these things where our eyes think they see something, and there's an illusion, right? So I wonder, there are so many stories in the Bible too of things that we just can't explain, right? Just like that magic trick. How did that sawing somebody in half happen? There's things in the Bible too that we just can't explain. Now in the Bible, we don't call that magic, we call those miracles. And so a miracle is a wonderful event that happens without any logical explanation. It's a wonderful event that happens that we can't explain exactly how it happened. Like the parting of the Red Sea, like God appearing in the burning bush, like Jesus healing so many people who were ill and sick. Can you think of other miracles in the Bible? And so, Jesus did perform a lot of miracles. Now, magic and miracles are not the same thing. They are different, right? Magic, there is an explanation to it. There's some type of an illusion, whether it's a mirror placed somewhere that causes our eyes to see something and play a trick on us, right? Magic, there is an explanation, but miracles, there's no logical explanation for why they happen. Now, many of us in our world are really skeptical about things, right? Whether it be magic or miracles, like, that makes us really skeptical. But I wonder, have any of you ever experienced, witnessed, or heard about a miracle? Have any of you ever experienced, witnessed, or heard about a miracle? I have. I think particularly, I was right after I got out of college, I was driving a really old car, and I had a really big car repair that had to happen. And I had no idea how I was going to pay for it. And I didn't say anything to anybody, but in the mail, I ended up getting a nice big check from my grandfather. I don't think he knew what was going on because I never talked with him about it, but that check came and I was able to fix my car. He just said, with a note said, "I think you could use this, here you go, love you." For me, I couldn't explain it, but it happened, and it was a wonderful event that happened. So for me, that was a miracle. I wonder, because so many of the miracles related to healing, if you could bring someone to Jesus to be healed, who might that be? Is it yourself? Is it somebody else that you love? If a miracle could happen, if you could bring somebody to Jesus to be healed, who might that be? I think Jesus' example of service and putting others before us is something that we have to follow every day. And that's where the real miracles come into place, right? When we put somebody else ahead of ourselves, when we pay attention to somebody else's concern, we don't actually know if all the people in the Bible it said that Jesus healed them, that their diseases actually went away. But what we do know is that Jesus showed them love and compassion, and they felt like real human beings afterward. They felt whole and loved and cared for, and that was a miracle in its own right. So I encourage all of us this week to keep big hearts, keep our eyes open, keep our ears open, and think about, where can we show compassion with somebody else this week? Where could we put somebody else before ourselves this week? Where could we serve somebody else? Because in doing that and helping somebody else, to them, that could be in itself a miracle. All right, let's say a prayer together. Loving God, we thank you for teaching us how to live humbly, serving others. Help us to remember Jesus' example and how he always put others before himself. Remember your promise to always stay with us wherever we go. And all God's children pray together. Amen. Have a good week, everyone.